Have you ever gotten a really bad blister in the backcountry? Well, here's a few tips and tricks on blister care prevention and maintenance that'll help you live better in the backcountry. Hey everyone, thanks for taking the time to tune into another episode of Live Better in the Backcountry. If you've been enjoying what you've been seeing, please take the time to hit the big red subscribe button below and also hit the bell in order to be able to get notifications for when we're uploading more educational content. So back to the blister. If you want to prevent them, the first place to start is with a well-fitting shoe. Once you have a well-fitting shoe, getting the right combination of sock to go with it is the key in order to be able to maintaining feet that don't develop blisters. Also, keep your feet clean. Keep your socks clean as well. This will also help you from preventing blisters in the first place. Another way to prevent blisters, while it may seem counterintuitive, is to actually loosen up your shoes. And so when you loosen up your shoes, you give your foot the opportunity to move around with little friction, meaning the tighter the shoe, the more likely you are to get blisters. And so, Paul Petzl used to do this all the time with folks on the first few days of big trips. They'd be carrying heavy weight with big packs, and so he'd ask everybody to loosen up their boots so that if they stepped into mud, they would actually step out of their shoe, meaning it would be shoe sucking mud. It would pull the shoe right off of the foot. That's how loose he would actually have students keep their boots for the first few days. And interestingly enough, he kept their feet from developing blisters. So in regards to care and maintenance, the first thing you're gonna need is a blister kit. And so while I don't carry this on a day trip, I do carry it on multi-day trips and on expeditions. And so this was our standard supplies that we would have in the event that somebody had a blister and we needed to get them back on their feet. So what's it include? Well, a few different things. Well, the first thing is that you've got a needle, and you've also got a lighter. And you got the lighter so you can sterilize the needle. You've also got paper tape, and then you have tincture of benzoin, silk tape, have some trauma shears, also have some mole padding, and then finally some vet or cling wrap. Now in regards to maintenance and care around blisters, once you have one, what you're gonna need to do is expose the foot. You're gonna need to clean the foot. This is best done with soap and water. Also, if you're in the backcountry, keep in mind that you want to stay 200 feet away from the water source while you're cleaning your feet so that you don't contaminate that source. Now that you have the feet clean, what you're going to do is you're going to take the needle and you're going to take the lighter and you're going to sterilize the needle. Heat the needle up, sterilize it, now let it cool down. Once it cools down, you're gonna take the needle and you're gonna pierce the underside of the blister, and then you're gonna drain all the fluid out of it. Once you drain all the fluid out, then clean the foot again, clean the blister site, etc. Now that you have it clean, ideally what you'll do is you're gonna dry it out for up to 12 to 16 hours. So in a perfect world, we get people back to camp and then they can take their shoes off, clean the feet, drain the blister, dry the feet out for a long period of time. This helps things out significantly. That's best case scenario. Now that you have the blister popped, the first thing you want to do is you want to apply paper tape over top of the actual blister itself. So you're going to cover up the blister with the paper tape. Make sure it's nice and clean so that there's no ruffled edges. Now that you have the site covered with paper tape, the next thing you want to do is you want to take tincture of benzoin and you want to saturate the entire area with the tincture of benzoin. What is tincture of benzoin? I like to think of it as sticky iodine, meaning it's an antiseptic, but it's also sticky. So it basically takes the silk tape and it creates an entire layer right over top of the blister, and it adheres to it tightly. Now that you have the site covered with the paper tape and saturated with the tincture of benzoin, and you've allowed it to dry it out, this becomes quite hard and it protects the site well. The next thing you want to do is you want to take your mole foam and you want to cut out an area that's bigger than the blister. Because what you're going to do is that you're going to create padding around the blister so that the blister itself has more space and it doesn't get touched by the boot or the shoe that you're working with. So cut your circle out, and then you're just going to cut a little donut out of the center of the mole foam so that now your blister can sit right in the center and it gets more space inside of the shoe. Take off the backing, and now we're going to adhere this right around the blister like that. Now that you have your donut in place, you're going to take the silk tape, and now you're going to cover that site completely with the silk tape. Ideally, there's no folds. You keep it nice and flat over top of the site. And the idea here is that what the silk tape does for us is that it allows the sock to slide over top of it and reduces the amount of friction. And then we've got the space made by the mole foam so that we don't have any more pressure put on the site itself. And we have an antiseptic on it in order to fight the infection. And then ideally we have the paper tape underneath all of it that's holding it all together. And then just recognize that at the end of the day, you need to open your feet up, pull this all off, clean it daily, and keep drying your feet out every night. So one upgrade is that if you've got big blisters or if you've got multiple blisters and you have to get back to work, one thing that we've done in the past is that we've actually used vet wrap and we've wrapped all of this in place. Now, this is not preferred, although if someone needs to work on the foot, this is one way to get around it. Hey everybody, thanks for watching and thanks for giving me the opportunity to share. These videos are great and all, but you know, in person, hands-on is the way to learn. So if you want to up your game, please check out our website and join one of our courses for a live in-person course where we help you live better in the backcountry.